Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate, and we are back, everybody, on the YouTube after my break. And it's time for the introduction of our new show. Check this out. The show, we take a look at any sort of deck we want to take a look at, be they troll decks, rogue decks, meta decks, casual decks, or silly decks, and we have ourselves a good time. I am, of course, your host, the Memphis Accelerate, and joining us today, we have the Gunkin Suships, one of the most creative archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh's history in terms of just the aesthetic of it. Because it's literally boats made of sushi. Don't ask how they do what they do, but that's what they do. They are sushi boys, and we're going to take out these sushi monsters in some duels on EDO Pro, show off what this deck can do, show off some combos, show off the new Gunkin Suship, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. And so, let's go ahead into our deck list real quick. Show off the duels. Don't forget to smack the triumvirate of buttons below. And, like I said, let's go into the list. So, for our main deck today, we're running 3 copies of the very important Gunkin Suship Shoddy, 3 copies of Parallel Exceed for side tech action, 3 copies of Gunkin Suship not Unicorn, this is Urchin. I said unicorn. Why did I say unicorn? Who knows? We got ourselves 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit, 3 copies of Gunkin Suship Ikura, 3 copies of Gunkin Suship Shirao, 3 copies of the very nice new Gunkin Suship Akashari, and we got ourselves for spells 3 copies of Unexpected Die, 3 copies of Painful Decision. Oh, so painful. 2 copies of Regeki, 3 copies of Lightning Storm. We got 3 of them things. 3 of them things. 3 of them things. We got ourselves 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Dragon's Mirror in case we have a whole bunch of stuff in the grave, 1 Monsters Reborn, 1 Call by Grave because we like our search, 3 copies of Pierce of the Darkness for draw power and surprising attack manipulation, and 1 copy of the Gunkin Field Spell. Gunkin's Shipyard Seaside can't say the name. So for our extra deck, we have 1 Al Mirage, 1 copy of Masquerena, 1 Proxy Dragon, 1 Nightmare Unicorn. We have 1 Infinite Track Fortress Megaclops and an Avramax. We have 1 Baguska in case of emergencies, 2 copies each of our Gunkin Suship's Shirao class carrier, 2 copies of the Akura class Dreadnought, and 2 copies of the Unit class Super Dreadnought. We have 1 AA Zeus, which we go into every once in a blue moon, and our First of the Dragons as our spicy tech card. As for the side deck, if you feel like you need more level 4s on the board, or level 5s even, you have things like Performance Hat Tricker, you have things like Carbonala Warrior and Guiltia along with our Instant Fusion, which is, not as important and does weaken some of your plays a little bit, but if you find you need emergency number on the board, is always an option. There's other, if you want to put another copy of Uni or Akura class Dreadnought for beatdown, that's an option too, but mostly not necessary. If you really want a spicy tech, go for the Gaga Cowboy. You also have things like Exceed Import if you want to play a bit more of the control game, because our monsters are big, and if we happen to need to steal our opponent's stuff before they can use it, things like Alistair or Ecclesia, things like that, this can be potentially very useful. You also have more of the field spell. 1 field spell is usually good, but if you can start off with it, can be a little bit better, so there is some ways to say that, if you want to have more than 1 of the field spells good, if you want to take out a couple of the right Gekis or something, that's always an option. You also have things like Gunkin Suship Daily Special for recovery and search, and we have the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine as, again, for an extra level 4 on the board. So, with all that said and done, let's go ahead and EDO Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works, show you the combos and the wombos. You'll have yourselves a good time. Alright, everybody, we're on EDO Pro now, another day and another card game. Today, we want to go second with our Suships. We can go first as well. Hold on. Let's see. Thanks, you too. Alright, ooh, we have ourselves a very nice opening hand. None of our disruptions, sadly, none of our regex and things, which are primarily there in case of Fraugs. Things like Fraugs with my opponent trying to build a bit of a board himself. But I've got enough stuff. I think I can out-defraug. I mean, if all he has is 1 totally awesome, I can definitely out that. that I can deal with. That I don't have any sort of issues with. We'll be fine. All I need to do is not die, and I will be fine. Okay, okay, that works even better. So, my opponent playing frogs apparently does not have much of anything, but that's what it is sometimes. So, we're gonna get right into it. Let me think here. Oh, there's so many things I can do. I've got the new Akashari. I've got my Rabbit. I've got, yeah. We're gonna start with a Rescue Rabbit. Test the waters, as to be said. Tribute this guy off and banish him, and summon 2 copies of the Vanilla Boy. You can't have Sushi without some rice. And he's very important because all of the Suships revolve around this boy here. So, now what we're going to go ahead and do is, let's see, can special summon, don't have to special summon it. But first we're going to use the new Akashari. These 2 combo very well together. Not only does this count as the Shari, wherever it is, but if I have him in the hand, I can reveal him, summon out Red Shari, and then I can summon whomever I want. I was thinking of bringing in Suships, let's see, very much so, they are very much better. So, what this guy does, I summon him, I summon any of the Suships, and then I can exceed summon whoever is listed on that not exceed. So basically, I summon out the Shirao, I can summon Shirao here immediately. And Shirao is a very important monster. What he does is, like all the Suships, you use the Normie, you get to draw a card. More importantly, I use Shirao, I get the field spell. The field spell is very nice, because it lets you basically just get whatever you want. Oh, maybe this opening hand is... in testing, I would get a hand like this every once in a while. This is actually a really good opening hand. Let me tell you, it's pretty nice. So, we're going to special summon our Ikura here. Get him a-going. And... yeah, we'll go ahead and use the effect now. So we'll use Suship Shoop Shop. I can put any of my Gunkins on top of the deck. I'll go ahead and put Akashari on the top of the deck. And I can get him later. That's what the field spell does. Once per turn, you summon out a Gunkin, put anyone on top of your deck, and then you, with the Exceed, draw a card. It's just that easy. So we're going to go ahead and use 2 of these, make our Ibuki class, and then I'm going to draw a card. And this guy's really important for our OTKs and things, because he can attack twice since I used Ikura. Oh, baby, I can just keep going, can't I? No. Yes. Yes, I can. I am good. I just reveal Shari here. So, Uni, in the hand, reveal any of your Gunkins. Hey, summon him out. Summon the other guy if you revealed the Normie. Very good. And this ought to, unless this guy's playing hand traps, which I do doubt, this ought to be an OTK. Oh, and by the way, I can change levels with this dude. And since I did, I can just add my other Akashari, which I don't need, but very important to note, this guy's effect works on himself. So if you have 2 copies, don't worry. You good. So we're just going to go ahead and make everybody in the club tonight, and I'm pretty set. I mean, I've been drawing out the wazoo. I could have used that if this was Paleo Frog, to be honest. That would have been very nice. But don't need it. Let's go for the game. So, that is peak Gunkins right there. That is peak right there. So, hearty GG to my opponent. Unfortunately, my opponent had a bit of a hand trouble situation there. Yeah, that happens sometimes. But we did get to show off the Gunkins, and that is what they do. We just go for game. The more Sushi you have, the more your banquet will be a success. So, there's the first duel. Let's go ahead for Duel 2. Have a little bit more back and forth. We did an OTK, which is cool, but it was mostly because my opponent didn't do anything. So I want to show more of the power of this deck. So let's go for Duel 2, and hope for just a little bit more back and forth. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. And we're going second. Much better going second hand here. Ooh, I got 2 Shiraos, but that's still pretty good. Still pretty good. And painful decision. Pretty good. And let me tell you, it feels pretty good being back on the YouTube. I took my 100 days. 100 days Yu-Gi-Oh! If you haven't heard of the show. That just ended last week. And I took my week off. And now I'm back on the show. We're taking a look at Suship's. Because 100 Days, you know, we were taking a look at Suships, and, you know, we tried really hard, but we had a bit of a hard time with a lot of rogue decks, a lot of troll decks, things like that. But now we're back. We got the new show. It's not really that much of a new show. It's a bit of a joke on this channel where every 100 days I start a new show. Because this is essentially the same as, I can't remember the other name of the other show. All My Card Games. Essentially the same thing, but it's different. Actually, for once it's actually different because, you know, I get the face cam now. So, there you go. But yeah, this is the last time I'm going to be probably changing the name of the show. Let me tell you. So, how does this thing work again? So this does not have a quick effect. Okay. So, I'm trying to remember how this archetype works. Exorcisters are all about, like, if I mess with the grave. Luckily, I don't care about that as much. That literally... What was that supposed to... What did you just do? Okay, that does... I don't know what he was thinking there. I think he figured that, you know, vanishing me would have stopped me. That's not quite how that works. Close, but no cigar. Alrighty, so what we are going to do is use our Akashari. I will tell you, Konami, when they put their minds to it, they can make a damn good support card for just a lower-tiered archetype. You know? Because Gunkins, before they got this Akashari, they were decent. A lot of people relied on Floodgates, but I never liked playing Floodgates in my Suships personally. Ooh. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah. I cannot believe how consistent we're being tonight. In testing this, I will tell you right now, in testing, wasn't quite as consistent as this. But damn, it's doing pretty good tonight. But what was I trying to say? Yeah, when Konami puts their minds to supporting an older deck, they do a damn good job. Now, if they would do this all the time, it'd be perfect, but they don't always do it. But when they do pretty damn good. So let me think about this. Summon a Gunkin from the hand, then you can take any number of dudes. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So we're going to use Shirao here. Summon him, because I have it Shari. We're actually going to use his other special ability. Whereas, I can summon Shari from my hand. And I probably could have done this a little differently to draw more things, but that works just as well. And we're just going to put this guy back on top of our deck, so we just don't lose a card. So we're going to make our carrier here, using these two. I will not get to draw as many cards doing this, but it's fine. More importantly, I'm just getting the field spell. If you're wondering why the field spell is important with carrier, it's your protection. While you have the field spell, not only do your guys get a little bit bigger, just a smidge bigger, just a smidge, but you also get that nice bit of protection. It is very nice. Very nice. Damn, I'll say playing Sushi's... Sushi plans making me a bit hungry. Making me hungry for... I'm not a big sushi guy, but after playing Suships, I might become the sushi man. So we're just going to get our Akashari, put that on top, and then draw into it. And we'll normal summon Ashari, and that will be another OTK. I did not go out to make Suship OTK. I had it in mind. But, surprisingly, doing pretty good. I mean, honestly, part of it was my opponent, you know, making that mistake. He probably could have, well, I guess there wasn't much else he could have done. That Lightning Storm was a little bit more than he was expecting. So, there's another OTK. That's two OTKs. That's two OTKs. That's pretty good to me. I like that. I like that pretty good. So, that's good so far. Let's see if we can keep it up. Let's go for a third duel. Let's see if Suships are as good as I make them out to be. We'll see. Alrighty, our third opponent. We're going to be hoping for a little bit more back and forth this time. We had some pretty easy first two duels. And this guy, we had a bit of back and forth what we're going to be dueling, and he wants to be playing some heroes with the Albaz. Well, we'll see how that goes. This opening hand is an interesting one. For sure, it's a very interesting opening hand. We're up against heroes. Again, that's what we're up against. Heroes, they're a pretty powerful deck, not gonna lie. They can put on quite the show. Question is, what is he going to go for? Is he just going to be doing, you know, the Dark Law? I won't see no Dark Law Turbo. But I believe he's playing like Alistair. No, not Alistair. He's got like, oh, that's a Destiny Hero Denier. Not Alistair. He's playing the Albaz guy. Fawn of Albaz in his heroes. An interesting sort of combination, to be sure. So we'll see how it goes. So he's gonna poly into what exactly? Possibly into Sunriser, possibly into Phoenix Enforcer. I should have expected as much. Alrighty, well, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate indeed. Luckily, I have Regeki. Okay. An interesting hand indeed. Let's start off with the Regeki. He can pop it with Phoenix Enforcer. Or, no he can't. Or he chose not to, because it does come back next turn anyway. But that's fine. If I play my cards right, there will be no next turn. Not for you, sir. So we're going to summon out a rabbit. He's a rabbit. He's got the huge sharp teeth. Them huge old sharp teeth. And all the bones! So many bones. Alright, but we got our Sharis. We'll go ahead and draw a card. Pierce into Darkness. Amazing card in this deck. I like that. Painful Decision is alarmingly good in this deck because I can ditch my vanilla to get my effect monster. Good old Akashari. That's like hot sauce. Is this hot sauce? Does Chumley Dad make this card? I would presume as such. If I was to guess, I would say Chumley's dad designed this card. He just doused hot sauce all over it. And was like, yep, done. Don't need to do anything else, just done. Alrighty. I get nothing, but it's fine. Let me think about this. 2, 4, 6. I don't have enough for game here. I don't have quite enough for game, so the question is, do I go for Masquerena? That's a good question. If I go for Masquerena, get out my parallel, make Avermax, that'll get around his Phoenix Enforcer, and presumably quite a few other things. Yeah, I think this is a better idea. If I still had a Shari in the hand, or Shirao or anybody else, I could have done some different things, but I feel like this is the best option here. Because I'll lose Shari, I'll lose all my Sharis, but I only need a Shirao to get around that situation. So I'm going to go ahead and use a couple monsters, be like, hello, Frosty Dragon. And then my side option, which is good old Avermax. The good old standby for Link 4s. He's a big beater. He can't be targeted, can't be destroyed, thanks to Masquerena. He beats over everything special summoned, and even if he does get destroyed, I can spin a card back into the deck. So, pretty nasty dude. But he's on my side, therefore he's a good boy. He is a very good boy. So, he's got the Phoenix Enforcer. I do believe this thing, like, weakens my monster. It do. But I boost when I be battling. So, it doesn't really matter. Unless he normal summons something that's bigger than this, I should be good. Alright, pop the chain, pop my piercing. Unfortunate, because I like the piercing for my draws. Alright, so he's got the Edge Imp chain. That is going to get him more things. So he gets, what does he get? Edge Imp and a Poly. And, oh, what did, Malicious, when did you get there? I didn't even notice you were here. Okay. Alrighty, so the heroes are doing hero combos now. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where the rubber meets the road, and where the Gunkins run into the coral reef. Yes, the coral reef. Alright, so... Ooh. Not him. Okay, it's somebody else. Although, there is a chance he's still running Dragoon, which I'm not as worried about at the moment, but at the same time I am. Because... what's he doing? Ice Blade. I believe this targets, does it not? No, it does not. That does not target or anything. Darn. Alrighty, well. Dang, I was so close, too. I mean, am I dead? I think I'm dead. Because he can pop me, and he can pop me some more. I'll play through it. But unfortunately, I think this time... oh, we were so close to game. If I just had one more sushi in the hand, I would have been for days. If I go for the Suship... but if I go for the Suship... argh, there's not much I can do here, that's the problem. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much dead here, folks. But I'm going to play through it anyway, so... unfortunately, we were so close to another OTK. But unfortunately, my opponent's got disruption for days. Luckily, I can at the very least negate Phoenix Enforcer. Which will give me my attack back, but unfortunately that's not enough to do the game. And I could normal summon this, but that doesn't really do me any good. You see, Dreadnought can negate. He's very... oh, wait, no. I forgot about that part! Surprise! I can attack directly! No one remembers. It's like, it like flies through the sky. Imagine this in your head. You're dueling a guy, you summon this boat, he's like, oh, but it's a boat, what's it gonna do? And then it flies out of the sky and it crashes on him. Okay, so... oh my goodness, that is fun. I was so ready to be losing this duel. So let me explain. Because I used Uni as a material, this guy can attack directly. That's a part that I and many people forget, if that is a thing. So, there you go. We were able to pull victory from the jaws of defeat, and I love it. I love it a lot. Alright, well, that could have easily gone either way. You know, I guess he can't use... yeah, he can't use that effect again, not this turn. He probably should have, saved that, maybe. Who knows? But regardless, we were able to snatch victory from the jaws of a defeat, and I'm happy for it. So let's go ahead for one more duel. Might be pushing our luck, but I'm on a high right now, and I'm going to ride that high into the sky on my unit-class battle boat. Alrighty, fourth and final opponent of the day. It's been a very good day for Sushi. I'm so glad I decided to look at them again. Because last time, it was just lots of floodgatey decks that really hurt us, and that's why we kept losing. This day, you know, the first two duels, my opponents had some deck... oh, the first guy had deck trouble. The second guy also probably had some deck trouble. The third dude was definitely, you know, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. This guy is playing some sort of cyber deck? What does this card do? Battle the monster in the battle phase. Normal summon of cybers. This card leaves the field because of a card effect draw. Okay. So... oh, this is that new bunch, the G-Golems. It's that thing that's on the... it's that, it's the monolith on the moon. That's what that is. Except it's like his brother. He's got a tattoo. Alright, so I have no idea what this archetype does. I just want to point that out. I know they have, like, the counters. And... that's about all I know. They are cybers. And I presume there's a link 4. Or at least a 3. Uh-huh. Okay, you got a golem with arms. Now, what does this do? Co-link monsters unaffected by monster effects activated on an opponent's field. The opponent's monster must attack this card if able. Once per turn, discard a cyber, star card. Destroy, negate the effects of face-up cards. Okay, then. That's quite a lot of stuff that does. So what does the Crystal Heart do? Target Earth, summon it, place G counter. Earth monster co-link this card gains an attack for each G counter on it. Make a second attack. Attacks defense. Okay, so basically this makes this bigger, and this I have to attack it if able. So I presume I can't attack this or something? Something to that effect? Alright, well, regardless. Let me think about this. Yeah? Alright, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. I'd like more sushi in my hands, but this is alright. Really depends on what on earth my again, I don't know what this archetype does. These could be this could be some sort of negate of some form. I presume it's not because he did like nothing to this. We'll give it a shot in the dark. We'll summon out our boy, summon out our other boy, draw ourselves a card. Be nice if I could draw more sushi. That would be the thing I'd like to do. We shall see in a moment. G-Golem. Personally, I like Ancient Gear Golem more, but that's more of a preference thing. Oh, hey, Akashari. Oh, that would have been really nice. Oh, wait, no, this will work. I don't think about it. They changed this to a level 5. Again, waiting for him to do something about this. Yeah, this is not a vanilla boy. We'll add the whitey boy. Like a normal summon it. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here, before we do anything, use Akashari, reveal the regular Shari. Then we'll summon this boy, and we'll summon out Shirao, our ice fish. Hello. And then we'll go for the carrier. He carries us to victory. And we'll go ahead and draw a card and get the field spell. I mean, presuming this guy isn't playing, like, popping removal, which I presume if he had, he would have played that by now to interrupt my flow. So I have to presume these are, like, I don't even know what they would be. I don't know this archetype. Okay, it's too new. I don't know anything about it. This is literally my first time seeing it. I'm just giving it a shot in the dark. Let's go ahead, draw a card, and put whatever we want on top of the deck. Imperm. Oh wait, you're targeting that. Okay. Target face up cards. Well, I could negate the imperm. I presume he wants me to... Oh, I can negate multiple things, that's right. Go-link monsters unaffected by monster effect. Okay, so I can't affect this at all, but I can still negate impermanence. Haha. I negate the negate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my Ikura and go for broke. We're gonna summon the whole fleet. I'm actually wondering if there's ever going to be another boat in this archetype. Probably not, but it would be nice if there was just like one more boat. Another nice rank 4 would be cool. Not necessary, but it would be cool. So let's go ahead and summon forth the final ship in the fleet. My beat stick of all gratitude. Draw another card. And I would have preferred Harpy's Feather Duster, but that works too. So, let's go ahead into the fray, my friends. Move, unaffected. Yeah, I'm aware. But did you know I gain your attack points? And then... Oh, Lord, I forget what this thing does. Inflicts damage. Oh, I can pop a card, that's right. I always forget that part. But yeah, I can pop his set card, and I will have my effects negated, but who cares? I don't need them. I don't need my effects right now. My monsters are bigger than his. Alrighty, well. Yeah, I mean, I know his effects are negated. Or I couldn't affect his link, but it was kind of a mandatory thing. Alrighty, so the question is, what do I do now? Megaclops? I think a Megaclops is in order. Who's unaffected now, small child? Why not? Let's go for Parallel Exceed. Pretty much just shut this guy out completely. You know, he wanted to say, oh, you can't affect my monsters. Guess what? I'm about to affect your monsters physically and metaphysically with a Baguska. I didn't even need Baguska today. I'm just gonna play him because I can. Alright, and you know what? I want the monster. I want the draw. I wanted the draw. So, there's our turn, folks. We didn't OTK this time, but damn, that was beautiful. So he's done. There's no way he's getting out of this. It's literally impossible. So there you have it. Suship's come back with gusto. We avenged our defeats in the 100 days with just that was pretty good. I'm happy for it. I'm very happy for it. So let's go ahead for the end screen time. We'll talk more about the Suships that we have played today, and just talk more about them in general. Alrighty, Suship, shipping shop, shoop shop. That's that might be the name of the deck at this point. We did pretty good today. I wouldn't count the first two duels normally as like real full duels. I would have probably combined them before, but I'm gonna count those. You know, we got 4 wins, which I'm surprised at. You know, this is one of those decks where we're not relying on floodgates, and the only negate we really have is the unit class carrier and Baguska to a degree. So we had ourselves some duels, and we got to see some pretty nice stuff. I mean, Uni got to attack directly for game. You don't always get to do that, when there's other monsters on the board. And we got that amazing final duel against the what do you call them? G-Golems. What does the G stand for? Get your butt to the subscribe button? Who knows? Well, regardless, I am happy with how Suship's turned out. It turned out amazingly well. I love the new Akashari. He is a beautiful card. Is it a he? Can you subscribe? Can you make genders for Sushi? I have no idea. But I'm gonna presume that's a dude until I'm proven otherwise. Or maybe it's a girl. I don't know. But regardless, the Suships did very well. If you're gonna play Suships, never go without Akashari ever again for the rest of your life. There's literally no reason not to play this card. He's that good. So thank you everybody at home for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like button. Even consider subscribing if I've impressed you. Then give it a shot. Hit that sub button because we play a lot of crazy decks on this show. And next time, I got a live stream coming up, and I'm going to be testing out Melfi's because next time on Check This Out, we're taking a look at Melfi's. So thank you very much for watching. Memphis is now signing out for now. Tune in next time for other Memphis to be playing some Karibos in the most evil version of Karibos I've ever heard of. So, thank you for watching. Memphis signing out, and I'll see you next time.